Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Oh, I was in key. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm not even going to play around with the camera. I just wanted to put you right in the face of the bass. We're going to talk about this because I'm super excited. We're going to get a little bit more in depth. I'm going to talk about each component. We're going to have some sound samples. I'll probably noodle in between my rambling. But you got to understand, I am crazy excited about this. And it's not because I have another guitar. It's because it's a bass, and it's technically my first real bass. If you don't count the other four that have been in my life, one I'm pretty damn sure was hot. It's a nice Ibanez. So, of course, once I learned of that, I disposed of it.
One with the body.
But what would happen was, I think one of them was like a harmony bass, and I can't remember. But I've had at least 3 or 4 before this one. And I would get it, and I'd kind of, with it, but never really do anything. And I would just pass them forward. And then when I came across this at a Savers thrift store for $20 and, 99 cents, I figured, what's the harm, right? What's the harm? I either get it playing well, or it just ends up in the bins of obscurity. And I end up passing it off to people like I often do with a lot of these things. But it fought me the whole way. But I worked on it incrementally, a little here, a little there, and somehow over the course of 2-3 years, we're talking about it now in depth. So it's either a late 60s, 70s Japanese import bass. It's what I call the hardware store guitars, because you could find them a lot of times in a hardware store. But like the Tesco's and those kind of things. And I have found a picture of the bass, a bass just like this. And this was originally a sunburst finish. You can see from the inside of the cavities. And I did screenshot it, but I can't for the life of me figure out where I got that picture. So I can't give you an ID on it. And if someone's smarter than me when it comes to these, please look at the shape. I haven't altered that at all. The back is all black. Back and black. It's got a rosewood fingerboard. I didn't do anything with the headstock yet. I want to put something cool here like Monster Masher, Face Melter. Pow! I don't know. I didn't really do much to the back of the neck. Only because I just thought it was a cool vibe. I kept going with the red. There was a lot of red in the fabric I put on this. This is a fabric top with epoxy. First I used wood glue, rolled it all over it, laid this down, and then gave it a couple layers of that. And then we switched over to epoxy. I painted the edge of the pickguard red with a Duplicolor automotive spray I have over on my shelf. The pickguard was originally white with a white layer. Super thick, but I think that's to account for the body's thinness and where the neck stands on or I should say seats on the body, the neck and the body's relationship to one another. Purchased a bridge for it. I still have the original. I consider this a high mass. I don't know, I got it on Amazon Music Lily or however you want to call it. I got it for I think $12. Couldn't be $12. The pickups were actually purchased by my friend Alex, who's also a subscriber over here. Alex, say hi. Very nice. Everyone loves Alex. They were $11 for the set. They're humbuckers. They are like teeny little humbuckers. They were actually advertised as bass pickups. And I was looking for something for this somewhat form factor. They didn't quite fit perfectly. And I had to drill a few things to make it work. But it works. And we ended up with 2 of these by accident. And one of them went into my Epiphone SL, which I have since moved along with. I did buy a wiring harness for this. 1 volume tone, 500K pots, with the 3-way selector and the jack, but I ended up using that on that Epiphone when I swapped out the pickups. So the pots are mine, 500K. I don't know what capacitor was on here, just your typical that little green thing. This is original to when I got the guitar anyway, this chrome 3-way switch, and that's the only reason I kept it. It's kind of flimsy, and it kind of doesn't like to catch very well, but it does good enough. And it's chrome, and it looks cool. It just looks really cool on this guitar. The knobs were on it when I got the guitar. I want to say those are probably from a stereo. You know, one of those things that had a record player on the top, and the phonograph was, the tuner was on the face of it, and it was really long. Usually a green or a blue light. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, and the back's just black, and I left the neck alone. The neck is exactly how I found it, except for the face of it, which I did sand down a little bit, and because it was a carving in the paint. So I smoothed it out, painted it black, put it on the bridge. It's in my PV Bandit, which we will not be doing anymore after this because I don't want to stretch out the cone. I will be looking for a bass amp here when I can scrounge up enough cash to do so. Let's just do some sound samples. That's the bridge pickup. Now I have the pickup about halfway between the plate that it's resting on, or I should say attached to, and the string itself. And I think it's great volume. You're getting all the strings, you're getting all the intricate notes in the thingies. But it sounds fine. It sounds fine. And it's funny, in the last video I was like, that sounds so low. In the recording it didn't sound bad at all. And to address the pick, I will be using that for the demo. Maybe I'll play around like this, but as I learn, I will learn how to use my hands. But for now, please excuse the pick. So let's go in the middle position. Both the humbuckers. Now, I have not tested out the tone yet. And I chose not to do it between the last time I played it and today because I didn't experience it yet. And I want to do that also on camera, much like I did the first time I got to plug this in and play it. So, the middle. The Jan Brady of selector switches. There you go. Neck pickup, pretty juicy. Yeah, I gotta get used to that. So let's do this. Let me play with the bridge. Okay, so it does something. Ooh, that does something really nice. We're in the bridge pickup again. Introduces a little more bass. Kind of takes away the mids. Just kind of scoops it, actually. That's what it is. It's scooping out the mids. Not an everyday tone, but I wouldn't mind playing it like that. Tone again is all the way on or off, depending on how you want to say it. In the middle position, we'll come back to 0, 10. Not as nice in the middle. Yeah. All right. Let's do it with the neck pickup. Is it going to be muddy? We're going to find out. Hold on. Okay, so there's more of a honkiness to the middle. Go halfway. Okay, so you have to have the knob turned quite a bit to engage it. That's because of the type of potentiometer I'm using. I'll have to get the proper ones. And maybe some better pots. Yeah, no, that's all useful. I mean, the middle, it was just it was lackluster. Let's put a little hair on this. Bridge with distortion. Or I should say just a little saturation. Cool. All right. I don't like that tone. But maybe on a bass amp, I mean... Ooh, I like that. Let me turn the tone down a little. That kind of has a Geezer Butler vibe going on, man. Ooh, I like that. All right, let me put it back to normal. And, of course, the neck. Ooh, that's a nice Cliff Burton. That's a nice Cliff Burton. Yeah. Wow. Ooh, I like that. Overall, what do I think of the Monster Bass? I love this thing. It's got a vibe, you know? And it's one of the few instances where I put something together and it sounded exactly how I envisioned it. Like with the dog over there, the, what's his name? Jesus, Randy Jackson. With the Randy Jackson guitar with the acrylic pour on it. I didn't expect what it sounded like. I thought it was actually going to sound more like a single coil that was just overwound. And it was a pleasant surprise, but it wasn't what I thought it would sound like. This sounds almost exactly. There are some areas that require some improvement. Like I do need to widen the nut a little bit. I do need to widen a couple of the nut spaces. There's a little bit of rattling going on, and that's because the nut is too tight and it's pinching the string a little bit. Plus, when it tunes, you know, it doesn't stay. But overall, oh, and I still have to intonate it. I am sorry about that. I just haven't stopped playing it. Like, not plugged in, but just sitting here on the, you know. But I'd be more doing this. I'd be going. And trying to, see, I'm garbage with my fingers. Just ask your mom. That was unnecessary. Guys, wherever in the world you are, I hope you're doing well. I hope you enjoyed this real, I guess, deep dive. I don't know. The actual review and sound samples of the Monster Bass. And I don't know what else to say besides, I love this thing. Again, it needs improvement, but I love it how it is. This thing is beautiful. And it's got the exact vibe I was hoping for, and the sound matches the vibe. Guys, thank you always so much for watching. Subscribe if you want. No big deal either way, as long as you're in the conversation. And until next time, take care. Keep it real. And bye-bye. Keep jamming, man. Keep rocking and rolling, because you never know what tomorrow's going to give you. The other day, it gave me this.